So, just what exactly is a database? Just the word database can put people off, but the concept is incredibly simple, really. A database is a collection of related information. So, a phone book, if you're old enough to remember those things, is a database of phone numbers. Or for our younger viewers, your contacts list is a database of phone numbers. So a chess database is a collection of chess games. Just that. There's nothing complicated or confusing about a chess database. And you can literally store millions of chess games on your computer. You can find the ones you want in just a few seconds, and you can play through them right on the screen. Now, where ChessBase 15 comes in is that you can use it to search a chess database for anything from, the names of the players to recurring middle game strategic themes. And why do we want to do that? Why do we want to look at old games of chess? Well, there are two answers. And the first answer is very simple. It's to get better at chess. You use that information of the old games to get better at chess. By studying the games of the past, we can see ideas, concepts, and patterns that may be applicable in our own games. Now, if you're even a little bit serious about improving your play, a chess database, it's an essential requirement. It really is. So in the old days, before computers became commonplace, chess players could spend weeks or even months scouring books and magazines for ideas that would assist them. A chess author might introduce a concept and give an example or two, but sometimes those two examples just aren't enough, or maybe even worse, they're not great examples. Well, a chess database allows you to find and replay exactly what you want to see, whether it's a specific middle game motif, the latest game from your favourite Super GM, or even some obscure 1800s game that makes you smile. And you can find all this stuff in seconds. So if you've purchased the starter package of ChessBase 15, you get the big database. In fact, I can show you on the ChessBase shop website what the differences are. So here we go. The starter package comes with the big database 2020 included in the price. If you go, however, for the mega or the premium package, then you get the mega database 2020. Now, it's worth noting that the mega and the big, they both include exactly the same games, although in the mega you get something like 85,000 of them annotated. 85. That wasn't a misspeak. 85,000 annotated games, which while it's not essential, it's definitely worth the extra money, and that's not counting the fact that with the mega you get the free games update service for a year as well. So if you do have that little bit of extra money, it's definitely worth going for the mega database. With the download version, as you can see here, you don't actually get a database with the download version, but obviously you can go and purchase the big or the mega separately, if you like, as a download as well. It's also worth noting, we looked at before, that if you buy into the recent Fritz family playing programs, like Fritz 17 or Komodo 14, then they actually come with a database of around 1.5 million games included. 1.5 million. It's weird, talking about, the sort of 8 million or whatever it is in mega. You think 1.5 million doesn't sound like a lot. It's more than enough to keep most people busy for a little while at least. So if you download and you install a database, or if you've installed one from a DVD disk, then that icon for that database will appear automatically in your My Databases folder in ChessBase 15 main screen. You can see here I've done the Mega Database 2020. If not, then you'll have to open the database manually, so if it's one you've downloaded off the internet or something. So it's the same process for any databases that you've purchased or you've downloaded, whether they're produced by ChessBase or not. So you go to the main ChessBase 15 screen, you click on the Home tab, the ribbon, and click Open. This just brings up the Windows Explorer window, and you've got to locate that database file that you installed. So you need to know where those are installed. The default installation path for ChessBase database is your Documents folder, then ChessBase, and then Bases, as you can see here, the Bases subfolder. If it's one you've downloaded yourself, you'll need to check, of course, where you downloaded that database to. Common locations that you'll need to look at are things like your downloads folder, for instance. But ultimately, they're going to be wherever you put them, so you need to pay attention wherever you're downloading them to. In the bases folder, you'll see a file called megadatabase2020.cbh. You click to select it, and then you click Open. This opens the welcome text of the Mega Database 2020. If you're opening a different database that doesn't have welcome text, it may go straight to the game list. You can see on my screen it's quite small. You can actually zoom in using these arrows here if you want. So let's say I put it onto 150 with the keyboard, and suddenly this text is a bit bigger and you can actually read it now. So it's up to you. Just below the ribbon, you'll see some more tabs here. So we're going to click on the Games tab. This is literally the list of games, the list of 8 million plus games. You can see here at the top, just over 8 million games here in the Mega Database 2020. And the games list is made up of a variety of columns. You've got player names, so that's the player of the white piece's surname, the player of the black piece's surname, with ratings if they're available. I mean, these are going back to 1500, 1600, so long before the rating system was involved. But if we zoom forward, if we scroll down to some, much more recent games, then you can see ratings are included as well. You also get the total number of moves. You get the final result, win for white, win for black, or a draw. Of course, you could have things like stalemate or not completed or things like that as well, but these are the three most common. You also get things like the tournament name, the date they were played, as I mentioned. We can just extend that column a little bit so you can see. So these were games played in 2015 that I've just sort of arbitrarily picked. If we go right down to the latest games, these are the latest games in the Mega. So you've got games right up to October 2019 in the 2020. Obviously, it comes with the Games Update service, so you can get games from pretty much last week if you use that. I'll show you how to do that in a future video. And you can search by any of these things. Crucially, you can click on any of the games and you can play through them instantly. So let's just pick one at random. We'll double click on it and that opens the game. And we can actually play through this game. You can analyze them with a chess engine if you like. You can use opening books. It's really quite amazing what you can do. And the important thing to realize is what used to take literally weeks of searching through possibly hundreds of different chess publications just a few decades ago can now take seconds. You have the history of chess at your fingertips. And if you've got either the big or the Mega Database, that's going to be keeping your fingertips occupied for quite a long time. Obviously, this is just an introduction. We're going to look a lot more detail at databases in future videos, but at least this gives everyone a bit of a jumping off point to explore chess databases and chess history, which brings me back to the question which had two answers that I mentioned earlier on in the video. So I said, why do you want to look at old games of chess? And that there are two answers. The first answer is to get better at chess. The second answer is to have fun. So until next week, please do.